Hey everybody, Bill Flipper here. So we're going to do a quick video on fast nickel or slow dime. And if you're in, this is probably a terminology used, I guess, in multiple avenues of business, but it actually means, so do you try to sell something quick, a lower margin ROI, or do you do the buy and hold game where you're waiting for, 100% ROI, 200%? This can be seen, probably a great example is with Legos. So you can purchase Legos, especially retired ones, usually right as they retire, and then hold them for longer periods. And with the assumption that they go up very high in December on Amazon. But in general, if you look at especially Legos like a decade ago, you can see they've gone up, especially certain Star Wars ones and other popular ones. They've gone up, double, triple, quadruple the price. So people buy these items, they hold them, they get them at a great discount. It could be really anything. And this goes, what's better? And my answer is one, you can do both. So you can have a mixture of items, usually what some of these items, an example could be an item that is a high rank. It only sells a few times a month, but you got a deep discount. So the ROI is a lot higher than the faster selling items. And my answer is one, you can do a little bit of a mix, but in general, for me, it is obviously a fast nickel. And the reason is the longer you go out, the time, I guess, time curve, the more unknowns you're entering into your calculations. So if you're waiting multiple months, you really have no clue what could happen, and it could really affect your ROI. So you can predict the things much short term, the market, how many new sellers are there, how many are produced, and so you want to go for a lower ROI. I like going for a lower ROI, but to flip the money quicker. Also, you're looking at the money you purchased the item for is stuck in that one item. So you can now not put that towards other items. If you can flip it at 10% 5 times a year, what is that? That's like 50%. Oh, I guess what I mean. And you can, oh dang, snowball these items much more than just waiting 6 months, a year till you get your money back or till you double your money. You can double it by getting 20% ROI 5 times a year. So I'm sure those calculations aren't perfect, but I think you understand what I'm saying. And I've been guilty of this. I bought high, they can be very tempting to purchase an item with 100% ROI and it's 400K rank. And you're like, oh, I'm going to make so much money on this. I'm going to make so much money. And then it sells 2 times a month and things like that. If there's only 2 times a month and a lot of new sellers pop on it, the price is just going to tank to the bottom because people are just going to want to unload the item. So like I said, I prefer that. I'm not afraid to. And some of the things that like the slow dime, you can get into more of those things at the end of the year because items that sell only 2 times, 5 times a month will sell 30 times a month in December. And that's where you can do a better buy and hold strategy, especially if you're holding for longer than traditional. So let's say I want to sell an item in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 2 months, but it's close to December and maybe it's in September. There, I'm okay with holding it a little bit longer. And that is very popular in the Amazon reselling thing where they buy the very, I always think of the Cabbage Patch Dolls from the 80s, but one year was Magic Mixies, Coco Melon. These items sell out the moment they go into stores, and on Amazon they demand a high premium. So they, triple in price. So if you're buying them in September to sell in December, a lot of people actually just set their prices extremely high and then just wait until like December 15th. So if you look on a Keepa chart, you'll actually see that is usually about the highest December 10th to maybe the 15th, 16th, because once you get past a certain day in December, they won't reach you within Christmas. So then you'll see a much lower velocity. So like I said, I would do a mixture. That's what I kind of do. If I see a great item, and you can do a mixture, but I like to keep those long shots for high amount that are slow sellers. I like to keep that really low, just a few percentage of my entire inventory. I like to mix it. I'm not afraid of something. There's also a lot of things that really should be a medium 7.5. So there's a lot of things that sell 100 times a month at a little bit higher than a nickel but lower than a dime. So there's a lot, like I said, if you even think about this as a stock portfolio or a portfolio where you're having, your blue chips, nickel, the fast moving items, you have some medium slower items that you're not so sure of, and then you have your long shots. But and by the way, sometimes those long shots that only sell a few times a month, if you look at them and it's only merchant fulfilled sellers, sometimes you can send it in prime and it will sell much quicker, and you can see that usually in the keeper chart if you know how to read them. There's a lot of great videos on how to read keeper charts, but you'll see when someone sends it in prime, you'll get a sale. But and also some of those items you'll see, again, a real quick thing is if it's a slow seller, you may want to look at the traditional price, so the past price, maybe months or even years ago, and maybe someone has raised the item on a $30 item all the way to $60 and the thing never sells. But if you can find it for 10, send it in for 30, the thing will sell out like that. So that's all I have. Like I said, my opinion is I like a fast dime, but I'm not afraid to, I like a fast dime even more, but I'm not afraid to mix the slow dimes in and go when I go after the fast nickels. Everybody have an amazing day. Have an amazing rest of your week. 2024 will be the best year ever. See ya.